Welcome students. Software engineering approach has a single goal, that is to produce high quality software. Some developers believe that software quality is something which is to be done after the coding is complete. But it is not true. Software quality assurance is an activity which is applied throughout the software process. So what is software quality assurance? Let's take a quick look. It is a set of activities to ensure that every software engineering work is of high quality. Who is going to do that? Everyone involved in the software engineering process is responsible for quality. Why is it important? You can do it now or you can do it again. If a software team stresses on quality in all software engineering activities, it reduces the amount of rework. This results in lower cost and more importantly, it improves time to market. That means the software will be delivered on time. What are the steps? Software quality assurance is initiated with a set of activities. We will see in detail. Once you understand what quality is, a software team must identify a set of software quality assurance activities, which will filter errors out of work products before they are passed on. What is a work product? What is the final outcome of SQA? It is nothing but a software quality assurance plan is created to define the software team's SQA strategy. So during analysis, design and coding, the primary SQA work product is a formal technical review. During testing, test plans and procedures are created. Software quality is defined as conformance to explicit stated functional and performance requirements. Explicit means well-defined functional and performance requirements, well-defined documented development standards, and implicit characteristics. Implicit means some requirements which are not directly expressed. So when implicit characteristics are expected of all professional developer software. So this is the definition of software quality. This definition can be understood with the help of 3 points. Number 1, lack of conformance. Software quality is defined as follows. Explicitly means well defined and implicit means something which is not directly expressed. So software quality is defined as conforming to well-defined functional and performance requirements, well-defined documented development standards, and some requirements which are not directly expressed are expected of all professionally developed software. To understand this definition, let's see 3 points. Number 1, lack of conformance to requirements. The software requirements are the foundation from which quality is measured. If there is lack in conforming to requirements, that means there is lack of quality. Software engineering has some standards which define some development criteria that must be followed. If the criteria is not followed, then lack of quality will always be there. Some requirements which are well defined are properly controlled. But if you fail to meet some requirements which are not directly expressed, then software quality is a suspect. So everyone in the software team is responsible for quality. The software engineers, the project managers, the customers, salespeople, and the individuals who serve in the quality group. The goal of the quality assurance group is to assist the software team to achieve high quality end product. The Software Engineering Institute recommends a set of quality assurance activities that address quality assurance, planning, oversight, record keeping, analysis, and reporting. These activities are performed by the independent quality assurance group. The number one, they prepare an SQA plan for the project. So the plan is developed during project planning and is reviewed by all interested parties. The quality assurance group participate in the development of the project software process. So just like we make project planning for our software development, the quality assurance group also participate in the development process. They review software standards, organizational policy, and other parts of the project plan. The quality assurance group reviews software engineering activities. They identify, document, and track deviations from the process and verify that corrections have been made. So when the software development team goes away from the plan, then they identify, document, and track them. The quality assurance group audits designated software work products to verify compliance, such as the work products, documents, and the corrections have been made properly, and they report the results to the project manager. The quality assurance group ensures that any deviations in software work and work products are documented. So there can be deviations in the project plan, in the process description, or in any other work. And last, they record any non-compliance and reports to senior management until they are resolved. So just like we have a project plan, this quality assurance group prepare a SQA plan. The SQA plan provides a roadmap for instituting software quality assurance. The plan serves as a template for the quality assurance activities for each software project. It is recommended by IEEE. The first initial section has a purpose and scope, so that which software process activities are covered by quality assurance. All documents in the SQA plan are listed. The second point is the management section. It describes the quality assurance place in the organizational structure. It identifies the quality assurance tasks and activities and their placement throughout the software process in order to produce quality. The third point is the documentation section. It describes the work products produced as part of the software process. This may include project documents such as project plan, models such as entity relationship model, class diagram, system diagram, technical documents such as SRS, test plan, and user documents such as manuals and help files. In addition, there are some standards, practices, and conventions which are applied during the software process. There are also some product metrics which are to be collected as part of engineering work are listed. Next point is the reviews and audit sections. It identifies the reviews and audits to be conducted by the software engineering team, the quality assurance group, and the customer. The next point is the test section. It refers the software test plan and procedure. It also defines the record keeping requirements. And last, we have the tools and methods section that support quality assurance activities and tasks. Formal technical reviews. It is a quality assurance activity that is performed by software engineers. The formal technical review is nothing but a training ground which enables the junior engineers to observe different approaches to software analysis, design, and implementation. The FTR is a class of reviews that includes inspections, reviews, and small group technical assessments of software. The formal technical review is conducted as a meeting and will be successful only if it is properly planned, controlled, and attended. Let us see the objectives of FTR. The first objective is to uncover errors in function, logic, or any other implementation of the software. Second objective is to verify that the software under review meets its requirements. The third objective is to ensure that the software has been represented according to predefined standards. Next point is to achieve software that is developed in a uniform manner. The last point is to make projects more manageable. The formal technical review serves to promote backup and continuity because a number of people become familiar with parts of the software that may not have otherwise seen. So everyone involved in the software team is aware of the each and every part of the software product. Software reliability. There is no doubt about the reliability of a computer program is an important element for overall quality. If a program repeatedly and frequently fails to perform, that means the quality is compromised. Software reliability can be measured and estimated using developmental data. Let us see the definition. It is defined in statistical terms as the probability of failure-free operation of a computer program. That means how many times a particular program can work without any failure in a specified environment for a specified time. So when we develop the software, we are going to check for any failure for some amount of time in a particular environment. For example, we have a program X and it is estimated to have a reliability of 0.96 over 8 processing hours. So here we are going to check the reliability of a particular program for 8 hours and the reports are 0.96. That means if this program is executed 100 times and it requires 8 hours of processing time, it is likely to operate correctly without any failure 96 times out of 100. So this is a probability 0.96. So failures can be annoying, failures can be catastrophic. In short, failure is non-conformance to software requirements. So anything wrong can affect the software reliability, which we call it as a failure. Some failure can be corrected within seconds, while some requires weeks or even months for correction. Complicating the issue even further, the correction of one failure may in fact result in the introduction of other errors that ultimately result in other failures. So here we have the formula. If we have a computer-based system, we can measure reliability with the help of mean time between failure, that is MTBF. So mean time between failure is obtained by finding the mean time to failure plus mean time to repair. So we can derive the reliability of any computer-based system with the help of this formula. That is, if we know the mean time to failure and mean time to repair, we can derive the software reliability of a particular system.